Oh my goodness, I'm back with a motherfucking video. Oh my gosh, where have you been? Where have you been? Oh my gosh, I'm back with another video. And today I want to do a pretty decent length, slightly flared tip. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the slight flared look. Don't mind it. I do not have tips for this size, so we're just going to make it work. It is a C-curve tip. Everything else is flat. We're filing was going to get that down totally. So you put your nails on as desired. You cut them a little bit below the length you actually want. You're then going to take your duck tips and you're going to want to apply them to the nail tip, not way up here. You don't want it up there. The nail is way too long to be looking like that. You want it just to have that duck flare. You could do this if you could use your acrylic. You totally could. I just want them all to be symmetrical and similar, so I'm finna use a tip. So then you just press the tip right on there. I feel like that's too long. Hold on. Because I really want it to be subtle. I don't want a whole bunch of length on this at all. So then you just hold, make sure it's straight. Just hold it on there. And because you're putting plastic on plastic, you need heat, like your body heat from the thumb and your index finger to be able to allow it to cure a little quicker. It still might be slow setting. Your glue might get stuck to your glove like this. Just no biggie. Just keep on. This is a little crooked. You'll have some time to move it. Just like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue since it, there you go. And it just runs underneath. I'll get that later. When you make a application mistake and you need to go back and create that nice natural looking C-curve, you take your drill bit on a pretty high speed and just edge it away until it's the desired thickness you want at the free edge. I really do like that Coke bottle effect. I really do. We're gonna try to work through this one. I'm not having high hopes for this middle finger, for real. I am gonna try to really narrow it out as far as to be able to have that same like Coke bottle effect, but I'm not too sure. So what I'm gonna do is debulking the nail at an angle. So hitting the nail, let me show you. Hitting the nail with the file to debulk, to bring it in, leaving this alone, and then hitting it also just a few times here, I think will debulk. But really focusing on this area allows you to bring the nail in if you take away. So let's try it. Let's do our sidewall to sidewall first. That way we have a true representation of where we need to end up at. So we're just going to debulk. Not debulk, I'm sorry. We're going to clean up, get underneath on both sides. Okay, we're getting better. It's still not super slender. Okay, so again, taking the file, and you see how my file is it's not touching this. This is going to take off the top. We want to make it slender, so taking the file like this. Leaving this spot, because that spot is already skinny. She already ate her salad for the day. It's just up here. We want to take off just a little. Like that. And then the same thing will go for this side. So again, have left this alone. I've worked on this side. I'm leaving this alone and I'm going just like this. I'm going to try to do it like that so I can show y'all. Okay. Because this nail is already really short, I'm not going to focus hardly at all on that. And then we're going to hit this part. This is going to be cow print. So first and foremost, I'm going to start with doing my top coat. I'm using the D&D 477 black, 052 walnut brown, 317 chocolate chip cookies, and then dusty coral, which is 073. And then the top coat I'm using is just from Kiara Sky. So we're just going to slam top coat as normal before we do our nail art. To me, it just acts like prep canvas when you do this. Like Bob Saget, greedy, I can't pass it. And everything to get no fasting. I don't care much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't no Julia style, this ain't no last dance. Way past way. Just to give it that tan. I guess I didn't have to put the top coat on this finger. Oopsie poopsie. It's fine though. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. So now I'm just going to do French tip on all of the other fingers. Okay, the base of everybody is applied. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can see I'm blind. Calm down, she could be yours, never say that. I don't want pipe down, rather get paid back. Mama told me you never sit where you lay at. I don't want righteousness, I hurt too much, I lost too much, I lost too. What I was being mindful of with this is that you can still very clearly see that it's a French tip, and keeping the cow print just only on the French tip, but without losing the arch and the the clean lines on the French tip. So the next bubble I'm going to put the back of the cow print right at the French tip line, and then put the rest of it downward. That way you can just clearly see. So you see I'm going right up into that French tip line and doing everything else downward into the side. That is how I keep that crispness and distinctiveness of the two designs meshing together. Overlapping these colors, knowing that a light color is my base and I'm using a dark color over top, knowing that it's going to cover up any lightness you have underneath. Might nothing wrong. When I'm going in with the black now, the black is super easy because I'm really just plastering this here to make more of an accent color on top of the nails. So I'm not trying to like blast this everywhere and make these nearly as big as I did the dark brown and the light brown. And then also adding some black spots because not all print on cows is like big spots, it's also little ones as well. So I was doing that to every single finger and just kind of seeing what fits. There's literally no real wrong way to do this portion in my eyes, because it's just for me about filling in the gaps that I see between the two colors and making it a little bit more cohesive as a design. I am going in, I am taking a decent amount of product on my brush. Like a small little bubble should be on the end of your brush. That way you have more product to work with and move around. That way it's just saturated and you don't have to keep on trying to darken it up. It will make the overall surface of the nail a little bit raised, almost like bubble letters, but it's nothing too crazy. And if, let's say, you're using a brand like Madam Glam that you know is a little bit thicker, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be being a little bit more cautious of how much product is on my brush. If not, I'm just going to cure it twice as long instead of doing it for a normal 30 seconds, because I know that I've globbed on quite a bit of product for each bubble. So just keeping that in mind for sure, because that happens all the time with me. And then again, keeping that French tip visible and just putting the start of the cow print at the line and then doing everything else away from that French tip. You know my ex, cause he validate me. You never check, I don't wanna receipt. I ain't get possessed, let my spirit speak freely. Hey, my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. My all the time change. I'm still playing the victim and you still playing the pick me. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can see it. I did make the mistake of forgetting my top coat, so I have to put it on around my rhinestones, but honestly that's no biggie. Sometimes I do it for clients. If I forget, it doesn't make it the charms do anything any different. So just slapping on my top coat, curing, and then this is my end result. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me, and subscribe to my channel. Leave me some comments. Talk to me nice in the comments, please. I talk back. Thank you guys so much again. All right. You ain't getting your bitch back. Calm down, she could be yours, never say that. Bye bye.